All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the NuSpecian Live. I'm Jillian.
And Aston, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Thank you for being here, everyone. Uh, Here on this Q&A, we try to get you answers to the questions that will help you to continue along your own unique health journey. And that is because a good health choice for you may not be a good health choice for someone else. And Aston and I work off of our uh, I guess Aston has way more experience than me. Over 20 years of experience for Aston, about 16 years of experience for me, plus all of our studies, and thousands and thousands and thousands of lab reports and scans and all kinds of medical records to confirm a lot of what we have learned. So at NuSpecies, we're a natural health company. We invent and manufacture our own unique line of plant-based supplements and herbal medicine. And all of our formulas are designed to help your body be resilient against the toughest of health challenges. And that's what we're here today, every Saturday at 10 a.m. to help you continue to fight the good fight for your health or maintain the health that you already have, or just answer questions you have about NuSpecies products and the company. So we are here for you. And I'm seeing good mornings from Corinne, from Maxine. Hi, June. Good morning, Headley. Good morning, Fitzgerald. We know a lot of you are driving when you're listening, so you can't chat. We understand. But those of you who can say good morning, we appreciate it. Hi, Trevor. Good morning, Tamara. You are welcome to comment on anything, to ask any questions you have at any time. Aston and I often have a lot to say about different topics. It doesn't mean that you are interrupting. If you go ahead and post in the chat, it just helps me pace out the show to be sure we get to everybody if we possibly can. We did already have a question that came on in advance, so we can start with that one if no one else has any questions right now. Otherwise, a quick update. Aston is over there in Bronxville. We do have a discount going right now. If you didn't know, it started on Monday. This is a shorter promotional period. In the last few promotions we did, they lasted about 2 weeks. This time it's just 1 week. So this discount ends on Monday at the end of the day. So this is 15% off all of our full price products. We have some bigger discounts on some of our more powerful rebuilding formulas, which are the LNU25, milk thistle, the upgraded anti-inflammatory, the upgraded circulatory formula, and all the God formulas. The God formula 2 ounces are at 20% off. The God formula 8 ounces are at 26% off. And that's so if you buy an 8 ounce, it's equivalent to getting a 2 ounce for free. Everything else is 15% off. So that is going through Monday at 11:59 p.m. If you come into our stores, Elmont is open on Monday, but today's Saturday, both Bronxville and Elmont are open. So if you need to come to the stores, try to make it in today before 6 p.m. in Bronxville and before 7 p.m. in Elmont. And then on Saturday, you can go, on Monday, you can go to Elmont. Otherwise, please order online. We're a little bit short-staffed this week. We didn't time this promotion very well with a couple of employees on vacation. So if you call and get your call in or send an email that you're trying to redeem the discount, we will take care of you next week. Don't worry about it. So just get your call in, get your email in. And if you can, please try to order on your own on the website. The promo code is take15 off. So I'm going to put that here, promo code take 15 off. It's also on the homepage of the website. So if you don't remember it, it'll be right there on the website. So please try to order on your own on the website. That would be wonderful. Take a little bit of sweat off the brow of some of our team members.
And I'm sure you do have friends and relatives who need information, they need knowledge, you should reach out to them now and ask them to join and listen in. And if they have questions, they can ask questions away. A lot of you have been doing that, referring a lot of people to the Q&A that we're having now. And there's no better way to spread knowledge, to everyone so that everyone can become independent. And that is the goal of NuSpecies, is for you to be able to take care of yourselves and have self-reliance, take care of yourselves, take care of your family, your children, And yes, you have doctors, but you all know that doctors can't do everything. They can't be our parents and grandparents. We have to do a lot of the work ourselves. We have to carry a lot of the load. So that's why we give you all this information that you can use to help yourselves and your family, and you can use the knowledge we give you to work with your doctors. We review your labs and review your imaging, and we tell you what's in them and what's going on. We tell you the impact on your body, your health, your life. And when you speak with your doctor, you should use all the information we give you, all the knowledge we give you. You should use it to interact with all your doctors. Use this information to manage your doctors. And one final note, a lot of you are coming to us when your issues are advanced, your disease conditions are advanced, whether it's cancer or tumors or cysts or other health issues you have, high blood pressure, diabetes. When these issues become advanced, they are damaging other organs already. For like diabetes, when it's bad, you've had it for years, it's no longer just damaging the pancreas where it lives, it's now damaging the liver, the blood vessels, the kidney, the eye, the brain. It's damaging the whole body. Same thing with blood pressure. So if you have these issues for 3 to 6 months and they're not going away, they're not getting better, you need to call us, come to us, and let us help guide you while you're on medication to help your body to heal itself. Don't wait until it's advanced. So what we're learning now is that a lot of these issues, when they become very advanced, you may never recover from them, or I should say, we may never recover from them. So early stage is the best. Your body can heal it very quickly, or as quickly as it can. But once it becomes advanced, the bone marrow is damaged, the heart is damaged, the liver is damaged, the lung is damaged, the brain is damaged. When those start happening to you, it's the beginning of the end for a lot of people, unfortunately. So come to us early and let us help you as quickly as we can to rebuild your genes, rebuild your DNA, rebuild your immune system so your body can have a good chance and good time, enough time to heal itself. All right?
Yeah. And I often like to remind people that, we have the privilege to have access to medication and medical interventions. Despite their limitations, it's still a privilege to have access to them. And what we need to do is use that to our advantage. So when a medication is working, it's not healing you, but it is buying you time for you to heal yourself. And that is the key is when we can't relax. Okay, the medication works. Oh, I feel better now. Great. Going back to my life. No, that is when you say, great, I have some relief, like Aston calls it mercy. And now I can start to fight for myself, whether it's changing my diet, exercising, taking NuSpecies formulas, getting more sleep, drinking more water, managing stress, rebuilding our lifestyle around health promoting activities. Medication can buy you that time. Do not use it as a crutch because it will fall out from under you eventually.
And that's
All
what we
right.
see consistently. We see someone who has high blood pressure. To give you a concrete example, and these are thousands of cases around the world. You have high blood pressure, of diabetes, and yes, your A1C was 5.9 or 6. It was pre-diabetes or pre-diabetic, as some clients like to call it. And then 3 months later, the A1C is 6.5. Now you have full blown diabetes. So, what happened the last 3 months, 6 months with your doctors, with the medication you're taking? And then in a year, your A1C is 9, it's 10. And guess what? The kidneys are now being damaged. Kidney damage means, folks, the kidneys have begun. The kidneys are beginning the phase of failure. Once the eGFR falls below 60, once the creatinine is over 1.3, the kidneys are beginning to fail. You're heading for kidney failure, and you go from stage 1 to stage 5, which is complete kidney failure. And a lot of you watch that happen, or maybe your doctors didn't tell you. So Yes, you're taking the medication, but you're getting worse or you're not getting better. Other organs are being damaged: your kidneys, your heart, your eyes, your brain, your blood vessels. Don't let that
Mm.
happen. Don't watch yourself fade away, damage away. Your organs just get damaged away, decay away. That's what's happening. It's decay. It's decay, people. It's decay. It's the body decaying. So take heed, and when you see these issues, you make it your number one job to fix it. We can help guide you to do that. Make it your number one job. Not going to work to make money, but make your health, if you want to live, with joy and happiness while you're alive, make it your duty to do whatever it takes, whatever you can do in your power. Make it your duty to get your body to fix itself.
All right. Good morning, Richard. Hi, Whistler. We've got Johnny Be Good on here. Hello, Johnny. Good morning, Levon and Jay. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Diana. We've got Avadni or Avadte and Tony. Hey, Tony. All right, we've got a win from June, so we'll post that here. So last week June joined and had expressed a concern about a formula that was supposed to help with this that she wasn't able to take, and now she seemed to be getting results anyway. So I'm very excited about that. So June says, a NuSpecies win. When I mop my floors, I realized my back and my hips didn't hurt, and I've been taking the anti-inflammatory and anti-infection since January 12th. Woohoo! That
All
is
right,
huge,
June.
June.
So, June, okay, now that you can mop your floor, please don't work yourself to death, okay? Enjoy the win.
I doubt she was probably looking for more floors to mop, but maybe now you can take more walks or play with well, I don't know if you have any grandchildren yet, but these things, obviously this reduction in pain certainly helps.
Of
Live
course
life
she
a bit more.
does. Kayla is her
Does she?
grandchild.
Oh, right. Oh my gosh, for a second
Yeah.
I was thinking it was her daughter.
All right,
Right. Well,
June,
you're not
see?
going to play with Kayla anyway, so that's
One of us still awake, June. One of us is still awake.
I meant great grandchildren. Okay. All right, June, just laugh at us, please. All right. I did want to say a happy birthday to Mary. As you know, we're always referring to Mary. She's usually in the background helping us put links in the chat and answering questions. And maybe many of you actually talked to her on the phone. She didn't end up being able to come in today, but was hoping to do a little happy birthday for her. So we'll just put it out there. Happy birthday to Mary. One of our, I think Mary's been with NuSpecies for 13 and a half years now. So, a really big part of the heart of our company. So hope she is having a wonderful day. June said, "Good catch, Aston." I know. Whew. You guys got to watch out for me today. All right, so let's pop up to the question that came in at the start of the show, and then anyone else, please feel free to post. It's only 10:14, so we've got a little bit of time. But I always hate when you ask the questions too late in the show because then we can't get to them, and I don't like feeling like I have ignored anybody. Okay, so Carol says, Corinne says, I need to have meds for cholesterol, please. So, Corinne, normally when clients ask questions like that, or potential clients, I'm usually just going to translate off the bat. When you say meds, I'm assuming you're referring to NuSpecies products, which most cases people understand and know that they are not medication or treatments, but I'm just going to put that out there. And I'm going to translate your question to just how can NuSpecies help you with cholesterol issues. You also didn't say high or low, so I will assume more commonly is high cholesterol, right, Aston?
Mm-hmm. So, Karen, we understand what you're saying, that you mean natural medicine or herbal medicine or new species medicine, which is completely natural medicine. We understand. So, we do have a protocol for high cholesterol, and it is you should do the detox with any of the L-Nu. You can do the basics, so do the L-Nu 1, which is the most basic. We always recommend the most basic for all our clients, and we do that because the most basic has worked well for probably 80% of all our clients, and we don't want you to spend money you don't have to spend, but we do have more upgraded formulas. So what you can do, you can start with the basic. The basic is start with the detox, whether it's the detox powder, the capsule, and you do the L-Nu-1, which is the most basic rebuilder. You add in the New Genesis. And if your total cholesterol, you could look at it now if you have your lab report. If your total cholesterol is over 220, then in addition to the detox, the L-Nu-1 and the New Genesis, you should also add in the milk thistle. The milk thistle will help to support your liver. The liver is what makes cholesterol. And if the liver is pumping out too much cholesterol, then even if your liver numbers are normal, and this goes for all of you, even if your liver numbers are normal, the alkaline phosphatase, you can pull out your labs, the AST, the ALT, the bilirubin, if the globulin, if all of those are normal, you still have a liver issue if your body is making too much cholesterol, whether it's the ADL, the HDL, your body's making too much, and you also need liver support. So you're adding the milk thistle, and then the package that you would do if your cholesterol is over total cholesterol is over 220, you would do the detox, you would do the L-Nu-1. The L-Nu-1 will help to rebuild your whole body. You do the New Genesis, it supports the genes and DNA, especially those in this case in the liver. So every organ has its own genes and DNA, just so you know. It's an independent organ, even though it works with all the other organs in the body. So you need the New Genesis to support your genes and DNA, and then the milk thistle to specifically support the liver. So you do those, and you stay in those, Karen, until your cholesterol is normal. For some people, it could be 3 months. Others, it could be 6 months or more. But you stay in those. Again, you have to be dedicated to staying in the formulas we recommend for all of you, because you heard June, she was taking the anti-inflammatory since January. And, and now she's feeling better. So some people do get better faster than others. So it could be 3 months, 6 months, a year, even more, but you stay with it. It will work because we're supporting the parts of your body that are damaged. The liver is not functioning well. That's why it overproduces cholesterol. Cholesterol is not bad. Our bodies use cholesterol for a lot of situations, but specifically to rebuild cells and to make hormones. Yes, or the cholesterol in our bodies use it to support the cells, to rebuild the cells, rebuild the organs. But the body also uses cholesterol to make hormones. All the hormones that we have that are so absolutely critical for life. So cholesterol is not bad. It's when it's too high, the liver is producing too much. So take those and stay in them, and you'll be fine.
So as you said, if your total cholesterol is over what?
220.
Sorry. It's over 220. Then, all right. And add in the milk thistle and the New Genesis.
Yes.
All right.
And as I mentioned, we have more potent formulas, as you all know, especially you NuSpecians who have been around for a while. We have formulas that are way more potent than what I just mentioned. But we start with everyone with the basic protocol because the basic work for most people.
Okay, I'm just grabbing the New Genesis as well from the site, so I can put the link in there. And this is a good weekend to get these because they're going to be 15% off.
And then, Karen, you can redo your labs in 2 to 3 months, no longer than 3 months, because you want to make sure that your cholesterol is getting better, or it may be gone in 3 months. And if it's gone, then you may be home free. And if your doctors are refusing to do your blood tests in that duration, then let us know, and we can refer you to our partner medical team, and they'll charge a fee though. But you are maybe, I think in many cases you may have to pay a fee, but you could still speak with them and see what happens. But this is just in case your doctors are refusing to write the script to do your blood report, because some doctors like to do it once a year or twice a year, and you shouldn't wait that long, 6 months or a year, to know whether your blood vessels are being blocked, which would lead to heart disease. You don't want to wait that long, right? Because that's what cholesterol does. It damages the blood vessels, and it's one of the number one causes of heart disease. And heart disease is the number one killer of the human species. All human beings, all, groups and whatever, all living humans, the number one cause of heart disease, one of them is high cholesterol. And heart disease is the number one killer of all of us, all humans. All right?
Right. We do ask that if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, to please do that. If you're over on Instagram or Facebook, if you haven't followed us yet, please do that. And ideally, you could leave a review for New Species on any of those platforms, and including Google. That really does help us because we can say all we want how great New Species is and how much we help people, but people believe it more when they hear it from you. We even get feedback from people who join the Q&A. They don't say anything, but they're watching the comments and they see all of you cheering us on and saying how much you love New Species, and that convinces them to come. And maybe that is the difference between them healing from a life-threatening condition or not. It could be that little bit, just you saying that you trust New Species, or you've worked with us and you think we've helped you. Even just simple comments like that on Google reviews, on Facebook reviews, here in the chat, and yeah, and then just subscribing to our channel. All of that is an endorsement to New Species and does help us help other people.
As,
New
as the
Species.
saying as the saying goes, the proof is in the pudding. New species, you are our pudding. So let the world
Delicious
know.
pudding.
Delicious pudding. Oh my gosh.
We love you guys. But New Species is a win-win kind of company, right? We obviously have to sell our products to stay in business, but we can't sell our products if they're not helping people. Aston and I have no desire to be marketing and pushing products that we know aren't going to do anything, because that's just going to be a nightmare for us. We don't need 1,000 people joining this chat and blasting us for our products not working, right? You're going to have those every now and then, because not everyone's going to love us or be happy with us, but mostly we have really positive interactions because we have products that are really, really good. So we know that if you can help with our formulas, you're going to tell other people, and other people are going to get help too. And that helps us stay in business and grow, and it helps you continue to support your health. So it is a win-win for all of us, and we just are asking for your support. So please subscribe to our channel before leaving today, and also give us some reviews. We really do need them.
And that note, Joe, one of the phenomenon I am noticing now is that since I've been here in Bronxville, I've been here since August very consistently, and the phone as well. People who call in, they call and they get in my calendar. One of the extraordinary phenomenon I'm noticing is how many young men and young women are on their own coming to New Species because we help their parents and we help their grandparents, and they noticed that they were children. I'm talking about young people in their early 20s and late 20s and 30s, and we've been helping a lot of you, and now your children and grandchildren call us directly or come to us directly to help. I would say that is so amazing. It's so amazing that we can have 3 generations of your blood, are coming to us because they see the proof in the pudding. The proof in the pudding. Yeah.
Right. Well, Trevor's asking,
Mhm.
he has a friend that they found a tumor on his liver. He saw him on Monday and his eye was yellow. What could that be? And now he's in the hospital.
So I could speculate it could be 100 different issues taking place there, Trevor. But typically, what happens when we turn yellow or our skin started turning yellow? It could be the bile that's seeping into the bloodstream. That could be part of it, and And since he's hospitalized and there's a tumor in the liver, the bile is attached to the liver. The bile is one of the digestive organs our bodies use to digest cholesterol that we just talked about, or fats. So it could be potentially quite serious.
Trevor, do you know why he became hospitalized? Was it because he went to check on his eye and then they hospitalized him, or did other symptoms come up? We're sorry to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
You're always so caring for all your friends. All right. We're a little bit quiet in the chat today, folks. Come on. Normally you're blasting us with all kinds of stuff. Are we that engaging? We've just lulled you into a silence. We asked if this is a good opportunity if you have any of your announcements or points that you've been wanting to make.
Well, I have 1,000 points of lights. Probably shouldn't have said that, but it's a political statement, and
I missed it. Okay.
we don't engage in politics here, and we're engaged in spirituality, but we don't engage in religion either. But yes, one of the issues that I'd like to identify with our NuSpecian community is that when I make a recommendation for you all, I think it's for a good portion of you, and you're seeing results, you're seeing changes for the better, whether it's your blood pressure, your diabetes, cancer, or prostate issues, ladies who have issues with fibroids, etc. I make a recommendation for you as to what you should do with your diet and lifestyle, along with NuSpecies, and you're doing them, and you're getting phenomenal results. But then when the protocol you're taking runs out, you wait for me to call you to tell you to replenish. You don't have to wait for me to call you. You should continue on the protocol that I recommend. As long as it's working, you stay on it. You remain on it dedicatedly. You stay on it until you're able to do your blood tests. And usually I request a blood test in 2 to 3 months, whether it's, diabetes or whatever issues I have, prostate, PSA issues, ladies who have other issues, fibroids, dense breast, hormonal issues, anemia. We want you to do a blood test within 60 days. 3 months at the most, you must do a blood test because you need to see the proof that you are getting better or you have gotten better. So when I make a recommendation, yes, you can always speak with me throughout the time you're taking it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. You should always call me to speak with me if you have other questions. Or you can speak with the NuSpecies team, but you must remain in the protocol. You shouldn't take it and it's finished, and then you wait for me to call you to ask you to replenish or to re-up or whatever the terms that you all use. You stay in the protocol for the duration. If I say 2 to 3 months, or in 2 months you do a blood test, in 3 months you do a blood test, in 30 days you do a blood test. What I've been doing of late for the guys who have elevated their high PSA and they're taking the ideal protocol for the prostate that we now have, that is helping the men who are taking it all around the world. It's helping them tremendously. They are being asked to do a blood test for their PSA within 30 days. At the end of 30 days, I've taken the protocol, they do a blood test so we could monitor the PSA to see how it's coming down. And then, one of the tremendous benefits to all of you when you do this, it's a little work on your part, but one of the tremendous benefits is that if you're taking NuSpecies and your numbers go back to normal, your A1C goes back to normal, your blood pressure goes back to normal, your PSA goes back to normal, you don't have to keep spending all that money anymore, because that was the point, in the first place, is to get your body to do the work to support itself and heal itself. So if your body has fixed itself, then you don't have to continue on this protocol. We are aware that our formulas are expensive. We've been told that, we've been battered with it, but we make them to work, and they work. And that's why we want you to do the lab so quickly. We don't want you to wait 6 months. No, we want you to wait when we ask you 30 days, 60 days, 90 days or 3 months. Do the labs and do them dedicatedly so that we can see and you can see the results that you're paying for. So
Mhm.
again, when I make a recommendation as to what you should take and your dietary changes, stay in them. But if you have questions, yes, reach out to me, but keep reading up or keep replenishing until you get to that time when you're going to do your labs. And then we see the results, and then we're going to compare the new labs with the old labs. We're going to do it together. You know that I do it with you, one on one. We're face to face or over the phone. We do it one on one. You have the old labs before you, you have the new labs, and we go line by line and we go over it, and you see the changes, right? And if you see the
Right.
changes and you want better changes, faster changes, as I mentioned before, we have these more potent formulas or our protocol that we can put you on to help to support your body, help to purify, rebuild your body faster so you can see results faster. So we have all those options for you. Please don't forget that.
Right. And we understand. I think the translation typically when folks say I don't want to buy again until I talk to you, and tell me if I'm wrong, if there's other reasons why, if you're someone who does this, but typically I think the translation is I don't want to spend any money I don't have to spend, which makes perfect sense. But as you remember, when you first started with Aston, he most likely told you that this could be 3, 6, or 12 months or longer, depending on how severe the health issue you have is and how aggressive your goal is for yourself. So if you haven't hit that 3 month or 6 month or 9 month mark, or your labs haven't yet shown that you've gotten to the result you said you wanted, but you're heading in the right direction, yes, you absolutely need to keep buying the package that you've been taking. And you'll notice, depending on the doses you're taking of each formula and the size of each bottle, that each bottle might run out at different times. So the idea is, as the formula runs out, you just re-up. So you don't need to buy, you're not going to necessarily be buying the whole package every single time you buy. You're just going to be buying the ones that are running out. And you know that. So then you can just go online and order it, or go to the store and order it, or call us and we'll place the order for you. Um, but unless you have found that you're feeling amazing and you just got your labs and everything has become normal, and now you're like, oh gosh, I don't want to go buy another, rebuilding package. If maybe now I can go down to maintenance, I'd say that's the most ideal time where, okay, maybe you want to wait till you chat with Aston before you purchase again. Um, but but certainly if Aston's having a backup or his calendar doesn't have an opening for 2 more weeks, stay on the detox, stay on an L-New formula. Don't completely go off of everything and just wait.
So, in that regard, what we have done, and Jillian has spearheaded it, we have these Marcelo points where if you purchase, you get points off every dollar you spend with us, so you can automatically be entitled over time to discounts. And it's been working really well. And we do that to help to support you so you can be more consistent on your protocol and your health goals. And
Mm-hmm.
in addition to that, you probably notice that we do more frequent discounts. And in addition to that, we're doing the discounts to support you to make sure that you can do your protocol so you can get better and graduate from, taking NuSpecies. And last but not least, we have the upgraded formulas, the most powerful formulas we have, the most potent formulas. We have had them consistently and discount for you to be able to afford them. And a lot of you have been taking advantage of that. And a lot of you, because of that, you've been getting better a lot quickly, a lot more quickly. You've been getting
Mm-hmm.
better. Your body's been rebuilding. And we love that. So we have implemented these things to help you to be able to stay consistently in the protocol so you can help your body to heal or fix itself. So take advantage of those opportunities that we've made available to you. All right.
Yeah. And then also, let's say the opposite is happening. Let's say you don't think you're getting results as fast as you should. you should go back to Aston's original recommendation and double check if you purchased it, because maybe Aston recommended an upgraded formula and you had, for budget reasons, had to buy less. Now, either your budget is still the same and you just need to wait longer, or maybe you were a little nervous to spend or invest too much at first, but now that you know the products are good and you're liking how you're feeling, you're just not seeing the results as fast as you want, rather than waiting for an appointment with Aston to talk about that, just go back to your original recommendation and purchase the formulas that Aston recommended, so that way you can get the results at the speed that you'd like, which is what Aston intended in his original recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Rupert asks, could abnormal eating habits affect your bowel movements? So I did follow up and ask Rupert, if he could define what he thought an abnormal eating habit was. He explained that he just eats a little bit at noon for lunch, then he has dinner, and then no food until the next day at noon. Rupert, if I got that wrong, just correct me, but I feel like I am understanding what you said. You probably just maybe have judged that that's an abnormal eating habit for you, and maybe for you that is normal and it works just fine. But typically, eating a breakfast, lunch, and a dinner is good. I think it depends what you're eating. There's so many factors here. What are you eating? How much are you eating? Some people seem to do just fine without breakfast, and like other people can't function without breakfast. Some people function well with breakfast and lunch and don't eat dinner, or eat a very early dinner and don't eat anything too late in the evening. So there are many, many factors that will affect your bowel movements. Absolutely, what you eat, how much you eat, and sometimes when you eat can affect your movements. So there could be a lot of layers to uncover there. So I'm assuming you're asking because you don't think your bowel movements are as good as they could be. So I would say, more than just looking at the fact that you're not eating breakfast, I would just start with, what are you eating? Are you eating enough fiber? Do you have plants in your diet? Or is it a lot of meat and and processed foods? Because that'll affect your diet, even if you were eating what you thought was a normal habit, right? So if you want to give us more detail, go right ahead. If not, you could provide more detail to support@NuSpecies.com, and we could prepare a more detailed answer and present it in the next show. All right. Marjorie asks, what's recommended to rid the body of parasites? This challenge seems to be on the rise.
Yes, I think I'm having more clients with parasites over the last 4 years or 5 years, more than ever in the history of NuSpecies. At least what I have personally encountered with our clients in their lab reports. It's been really bad. I'm not sure if the COVID-19 pandemic had anything to do with it, but I know the coronavirus has caused a lot of destruction on a lot of people's bodies. And even though there's no pandemic, the virus is still out there causing havoc because it damages the immune system and it causes the body to have more bacteria, more viruses, more parasites, more microbes. And you all should take heed to this. And what we have been recommending for our clients that work successfully is our gut formula 4 and the Colloidal Silver, the gut formula 4 and the Colloidal Silver. And if you all want to take it to the next level, and just to make sure that your bodies are purged of these parasites, folks, could be viruses and bacteria as well. It's not just worms. It's not just bugs. The microbes. It could be a wide variety of creatures, species that are using the body as a host. So the gut formula 4 is our antiviral formula, and you add in the colloidal silver. That's a powerful start. But if you want to go all the way, you should add in the new Genesis and the anti-inflammatory. And what I would suggest, because of the pandemic and global climate change, A lot of bugs are out there now that's been dormant for over 5 million years, and you can all do the research, and you'll see the scientific studies that are coming out where the glaciers have melted in, whether it's the North Pole or the South Pole, or other places where glaciers were. A lot of the glaciers are melting, and a lot of these bacteria and viruses and parasites and microbes are released into the environment, and they blow from north to south and from south to north. So we're all exposed. So the point I'm making here is that maybe once a year, all of you should be doing this system. You should do the God Formula 4, the Colloidal Silver, the New Genesis, and the anti-inflammatory. Once a year, your whole family, your children especially, you all should do it. Just once a year, you all should just get a system and take it to make sure that you're purifying your body of parasites and microbes and viruses and bacteria. That's what I would suggest.
Okay. While I'm posting those links, we'll move on to the next question. So Marjorie, just keep an eye below on the links. All right. June says, I'm not buying frivolous things, so I can buy my NuSpecies. Excellent. Prioritizing your health. Absolutely. When we say we can't afford something, it's really easy to overlook a lot of the money that we spend on things that, we think we really need or want, and we probably don't.
One of the amazing things, June, one of the amazing things I see so much, NuSpecies is a university of a kind when it comes to health. Someone just come to the door. Hold on there. Let me respond.
Hi, Marjorie. I'm just putting these links in here.
Oh, they just walked out. So I guess I should have locked the door. What was I saying now? Yes. So everybody needs to be on those 4 formulas. Now, another phenomenon I notice is that a lot of people who come to us and they're getting sick for the first time. They're getting sick for the first time, June, and they now enter the medical system. Young people and adults as well. And they are astonished at how poor support they're getting from the medical system, even with the smallest issues they have. So a lot of people don't know that the medical system, which one of the best in the world in the United States, even the best in the world, has great limitations as to what they can do to help you. And one of the things that people are noticing, the people who are getting into the system for the first time, is that they have an issue and there's no medication that's going to fix it. And they're being told that they have to be on the medication for life. So, folks, why am I giving you all this talk? I'm giving you this talk because viruses, bacteria, parasites, microbes, all these microscopic creatures, they're one of the primary causes of all cancers. And we have said to you before that cancer is on the rise worldwide. And part of the reason is the pandemic that we just went through, the coronavirus. It's one of the reasons. It breaks our bodies down, it breaks our immune system down, it breaks our genes and DNA down, make our bodies weak and become more susceptible to all diseases, not just infections. Blood pressure, diabetes, cancers. All right? So this system, again, it is a system that will support your body against infection and inflammation. It's the God Formula 4, it's the Colloidal Silver, it's the New Genesis and the anti-inflammatory. I would say for those of you who are healthy, once a year, you should do the system for you and your whole family, because if your family has parasites and viruses and bacteria, you can get it too. You can just walk out there and someone breathe in your face and you get it. All right? That's how bad it is, folks. So it's not just something localized to you at home with your family. It's if wherever you go, it's work, you travel, you can get exposed to. And I can tell you from where I sit right here, a lot of the people who come to me with infections, they got it while they were traveling, and not necessarily out of the country. They were just traveling to new regions, and all the different regions have their own. It's the same species, but they have their own different types of viruses and bacteria, parasite, etc. All right.
Mm.
So take heed, folks.
All right. So we have May, Melinda, and then Levon, and that will likely be the only questions we can get to for the rest of today's show. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
May asks, when I started the New Genesis, my pain went away. I ran out, and then I was only taking L-9 with my other products. I noticed that the pain is back, but not as strong. Any suggestion
Mm-hmm.
on maybe why?
So when you rebuild your body, keep in mind that it it takes up to some people even longer, especially if they have nerve pain, nerve damage. It takes up to 3 months for the body to begin to rebuild itself. So yes, you can take new species and your body is now starting to support itself, and the discomforts or symptoms you're having are subsided. It doesn't mean they're gone. It doesn't mean the DNA is rebuilt. It doesn't mean the genes is rebuilt. It doesn't mean the immune system, those 18 or so white blood cells that are tracked, and then there are hundreds of other white blood cells that are not mentioned in a lab report. So all of those have to be rebuilt. So you have to rebuild the gene, the DNA, rebuild the immune system, rebuild the body where you had the damage, the inflammation or the infection. If you have nerve damage, it's a lot of rebuilding the body has to go through to heal itself. So when someone has one issue, they may have a dozen other or more than a dozen other related issues that the body has to support for the body to truly heal itself. And by making that one statement, you now can see that why medication is not going to fix your issues. If you have high blood pressure or diabetes, yes, if it's high blood pressure, they have the nitric acid or nitrites in the blood pressure med that's going to help to soften the walls of your blood vessel. But it's not fixing the genes and DNA. It's not fixing the immune system. It's not fixing the blood vessel that's causing the high blood pressure. It's just helping it. And you stop taking the medication, the issue just get worse over time. Same thing with diabetes. It's helping your blood sugar, the medication you're taking from your doctors. It's not fixing the beta cells in the pancreas that are damaged. It's not fixing the genes and DNA in those beta cells that are damaged or mutated. You get the point, folks. So yes, May, if you are taking something to rebuild your health, you have to stay in it for long enough for the body to properly support itself and rebuild itself.
Right. So it sounds like, the pain comes back, but not as strong because some support was given. The body is starting the process of healing. You're also still taking other formulas that are supporting your body. But the reason you added in New Genesis was, I guess, to further correct other things going on. So yes, running out of it would I could see why you'd have a little regression, but good thing is that not as bad. So you're still on the right path. All right. Second to last question from Melinda. So this actually plays off of what Rupert asked for somebody else, and Rupert confirmed that this is what he meant to say. So I have abnormal bowel movements. I can go about 1 week without moving my bowels. My doctor tells me to take Metamucil, but it doesn't work. What can I do? So the good news here is solution is, even though the answer is very simple, actually taking the action is much harder. But what I will say is, so there are many different types of fiber. Metamucil is just one type, and it's not the same kind of fiber that you would get if you were actually eating fruits and vegetables. So, and of course, we don't know a lot about your diet right now, but many things can affect your bowel movements. So, for example, I don't know if you're on a medication. There are medications that will constipate us. So I'm going to just speak very generally because we don't know enough about your situation, but for most, especially Americans, eating a standard American diet, which includes a lot of animal products, meat, the flesh of animals, the secretions of animals. So that would be like, their milk, as well as processed foods. This stuff has no fiber, literally zero fiber. You know how people tend to say, the saying goes, you are what you eat. It's actually a little bit more complicated than that. You are what the microbes in your gut eat. Because when we say that we are digesting our food, it's actually the microbes in our gut that are breaking down our food and making that nutrition accessible. And so when you eat foods like animal flesh and dairy and lots of sugar and processed foods, you are allowing microbes that like to eat that kind of stuff to grow. These microbes are usually pathogens. They're dangerous and they cause a lot of health problems. When you eat fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole grains, nuts, seeds, these are the kinds of foods that the health promoting bacteria love to eat and will break down for you. And when you feed them, they will start to populate and kill off the bad bacteria populating your gut. When you have those bacteria that are helping process that food, you will see your bowels flowing really well, not to mention every other aspect of your health also getting better. This is one of the reasons why NuSpecies formulas are so powerful, is because we're actually giving you the plants. So you're getting the fiber, and they're liquid. So they're essentially pre-digested. So you can get a whole lot of benefits out of them, even when your digestion is not ideal. Although healing your digestive tract will help our formulas work even better. So not knowing a whole lot more, Melinda, about your situation, I can say that the first place to look would be what you're eating. Other things that can affect your bowel movements is not moving enough. So movement. I don't want to say exercise, because then people think you have to go out and like run a marathon. No, even if you just walk for 10 minutes every time after you eat, if you walk or just move your body to some music, maybe you pace around your office. If it were me, I'd just be walking around this space. Just moving after you eat not only helps lower blood sugar spikes that occur from eating, but will help your digestion. Maybe you're not drinking enough water. Maybe you're not sleeping well enough. Not sleeping enough affects your digestion. Maybe you're very stressed. Some people, when they get really stressed, they have diarrhea. Others, like me, constipated. So there are many, many things that will affect your digestion. And unfortunately, for a lot of us living a modern lifestyle, every single one of those things are actually happening for us. And they're all the reasons why we're constipated. And it's just like a slow process of taking on one little goal at a time and making a slight change in your lifestyle until you start to see things flowing. So my question for you, Melinda, would be, have you used NuSpecies Detox? Because very often, even in the most stubborn cases of constipation, our detox can help your bowels start to move, because it is like packed. Oh, losing my headphones, sorry. Because it's pure fiber. It's all the plants that are crushed up into a powder, and you're just mixing it into water and drinking it. So you're getting a straight dose of just organic plant-based fiber that will help your digestion along. In the meantime, it should not replace all the changes I'm saying you likely need to make, but it can really help you along. And if you're as constipated as you say you are, you could be on our detox for a couple of weeks, drinking a lot of water, and before you start to see things really moving. And then all of a sudden one day you're going to have the largest bowel movement you have ever seen, and you're going to be like shocked. You're going to feel amazing. But I do recommend you get on our detox. It comes in capsules or powder, and it's right on our website. Let me just see if Melinda said anything else. I do have high blood pressure and take medication for it. So depending on how long you've had high blood pressure, how long you've been on the medication, whether or not that medication has side effects of constipation, did the constipation just begin? Have you always been like this even before you had high blood pressure? All of those things would help us determine what's the biggest culprit. But most likely, like modern day constipation, there are many, many culprits contributing, and we have to just pick one off at a time as best we can. All right. Last question. Levon asks, what do you recommend for iron overload?
So, Lavon, hi. If your iron is too high, it's simple. It means that your body is not using it. So you need to talk to us. Send me your labs if I don't have them, or if you have recent labs that I haven't seen, just send them to me. It means that your body, your digestive system is off. Your thyroid, your pancreas, your liver, your your entire digestive system is off if your iron is not being used. And that goes for all of you. If you have high cholesterol, you have glucose, your potassium is high, magnesium is high, your B12 is high, any of these things you see in your body that are high, it means that your metabolism is off, your digestive system is off, just as how Jillian was just talking to Melinda, your digestive system is off, liver is not functioning the way it should, the pancreas, the thyroid. So we need to identify the root cause of the issue. It could be 100 different reasons, but your labs, along with your urinalysis, will usually give us some insights as to what's happening in the body overall. That's why they do what they call the physical, where they check certain parts of the body, like the liver, the kidney, they check your CBC, they check your lipids, and then the urinalysis. When they check all of those, usually it can give the doctors some insight as to what the body is doing or what the body is not doing. So if I don't have the recent ones, you can send them to me along with urinalysis, and we can help to identify why you're having an iron overload, which is not good. If your iron is piling up in your body, it can lead to chronic diseases, very, very chronic diseases. And just as how if you have chronic constipation, as Melinda just mentioned, that too can lead to chronic diseases, not just in the intestinal or intestine or the colon or the rectum. It can lead to other chronic issues with the liver and even the kidney. So
Mm.
um, you all need to check into those issues. That the body's not doing what it should do. Something is wrong. And if the doctors don't know, it's not the doctor's fault. It's just that there isn't enough testing mechanism that can be used to identify the root cause available in the world. So, but you know if something is wrong, if something is not right, you know that something is wrong. So you should call us, come to us, and the first thing you should do is send us your labs.
Okay. Lavon said that it's not for her, it's for someone else, but she will relay the information.
Okay.
You all are so generous and wonderful joining here and then asking questions on behalf of your loved ones. Certainly
Mhm.
would love to put the burden on them to join and take their health very seriously, but maybe they're at work or something, so I'll give them that. Um, and but you're also gracious for looking out for those that you love, and we'll certainly try to help in any way that we can. All
Mhm.
right, that is all we have time for today. But thank you all so much for being here. Before you go away, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please do that. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, do a little follow or a like or whatever you have to do over there. Those of you on Instagram, I do apologize that you actually don't see. We're talking, I met my cousin joined once on Instagram and she was like, you guys keep talking about what people are saying. I'm not seeing what anyone is saying. Where is that happening? And I said, oh gosh, it's over on YouTube and Facebook. So I can see YouTube and Facebook comments all in one thread here, but on Instagram, we can stream there, but it's not connected to here, so no one is seeing each other's comments. So I do apologize, but really, the majority of the activity is on YouTube. So if you want to be part of the community over here, all cheering each other on, you can join us on YouTube in the future. Suzanne says, like and share, folks. Yes, like and share, please. If any good moments come out of these episodes, we leave the replay up on YouTube at all times. So you can just say, hey, I'm sharing this link to you at 46 minutes. They talk about a question I asked on your behalf. Just scroll to 46 minutes and listen to their answer. So you can share like that. And then hopefully I will eventually have a little bit of time to pull out clips so that they're already cut for you. So all you're doing is sharing like that exact question with somebody else. But we're working on making our YouTube channel even more valuable to you over time. So the more you participate, the better it makes things for us. And it's very motivating for us. So thank you all so much for being here. And we hope you have a wonderful weekend. And the discount. So don't forget about 15% going through Monday night. The promo code is right on the website. Take 15 off is the promo code. If you can order on your own on the site, please do, especially on Sundays when we're not open. Otherwise, you've got until Monday to take 15% off all of full price products. And that can be on the same order as the items you're getting 20 or 26% off on, or 50% off, like New Genesis. If you haven't tried it yet, you've heard some good feedback in the chat today about New Genesis. Aston is keeping it 50% off as much longer as he can because he wants all of you to try it. So if you haven't yet, let's do that now.
And you all stay tuned this year. 2025 is going to be a big year for NuSpecies. We are going to share more of our values and, what I call the NuSpecies culture with all of you and the world. And we all are going to make this place a better place for humans to occupy one step at a time. So stay tuned. And I know you're all wrapped up and ready to help, help other people. And that's what we're all about. You've been doing it already, but this year is the year that we are really going to make a tremendous effort to share our values, what I call the NuSpecies culture, with the world, so we can help more people. God's work, God's work. We don't say God, 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 God because we like our action to speak louder than our words. All right.
All right, everyone.
Have a great weekend.
All right, see you next week, next Saturday at 10 a.m.
Bye bye.